Good afternoon everyone. Another video to show you another product that I've designed, which I plan to make in the next couple of months maybe. And what we have is a piercing saw, jeweler's piercing saw, which works by a foot cord or pedal attached to a cord, which is attached to the bottom here. You can see the two rollers at the bottom there, and then the main shaft of the actual frame runs through those two wheels. Basically they're like two grooved wheels, and so it can move up and down, and that frame goes round like a G-clamp and slides in a slot at the top, and then you have a return spring there, a compression spring. So as you pull down with your foot on this lever, it pulls the piercing blade through the table, and when you release your foot it springs back up again basically. So you can work with two hands free. That goes through a table there. As you can see, the blades in the middle, and they can fit it through into that slot. If you wanted to use a wider blade, for doing straighter cuts, so you've got room there with the slot itself. And that table actually tilts. You have a locking lever here which locks, and then you can actually move this shaft in and out. There's a flat on it there which runs inside that the screw nips against, so you can move that in and out or twist it left or right. It'll turn either way, so you can do a tilting cut for that awkward little piece. And then the whole thing, that block itself, which is fastened to the main frame, goes into a piece of box section there, and it has a dovetail joint on there to fit into your bench stop. So you can remove your bench stop, your wooden bench stop, and then slide this one in just in a couple of seconds to do your piercing work. It's fairly straightforward. The blade is held with two knurled screws. I got the idea from the Bergeron piercing saw itself. And you have a body there which the blade goes up underneath, and you just nip the screw, and for an adjustment the top one is the adjuster, the bottom one's fixed. Excuse me. And you can see how it's fastened there. There's an Allen key at the back which goes halfway through and touches the blade, and this nip screw meets it halfway in the centre of the hole, and that holder there is slotted. You can see the main structure there. slots over and in the slot on the actual arm itself, and held with an Allen key. So that's another thing that I'd like to do in the near future. That's a handy little tool. It's probably the whole size of it there is probably about 15 inches from top to bottom. So it's a user-friendly tool to have. There is something similar on the market, but it's a hand-powered thing. Mine has basically on the bottom there you'd have a loop and a chain or a string fastened through the bottom hole there, and down onto a cord, onto a excuse me, onto a foot pedal on the floor, which is heel powered. It'll rock from the toe to the heel. So there's another thing that I'd like to make. Again, all laser cut. I'll put the table, the work table, the actual saw frame and the main frame all laser cut again. And you can either make these grooved wheels out of nylon or steel or brass. I'll probably make them out of the brass because I can turn brass by hand on the metal spinning lathe. So that's a nice useful thing that I haven't got at the moment. So we'll be making that pretty soon, I would think. You could make it out of several materials. You can make it out of carbon fibre, aluminium, steel, brass, anything that takes your fancy. and one day I might make it available one day. We'll just have to see how limited funds go. So that's why I'm looking into Patreon and see if I can fund some of these, and then maybe give one away every now and again. That's basically it. If anybody's got any questions other than what I've actually showed you there, hit the subscribe button and give me a bell, and I'll try and help you in any way I can. Thanks again for looking. Bye for now.